What do you want to complain about?
Fucking everything.
All right, you start.
No. How are you?
I'm okay. I went and got some more of my tattoo done today.
Yeah. Are
So it's a
you gonna
little,
share?
it's wrapped up. It's hard to see.
Uh,
There's Totoro.
I see Totoro. Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, I have,
And some of the suit sprites and stuff. So things are being filled in. It's almost done.
I don't have a Totoro in the office with me, but it's in the box currently. But I have a no face piggy bank.
I have a no face on my arm.
You do have a no face on your arm, which is better than having a arm face on. No, I got nothing.
Is that the piggy bank where you put the coin on it and then he eats it?
Yeah, he eats
Oh,
it. Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Good.
I need to break it out. Yeah, and then I have a Totoro in the living room, but I won't go get that because we're just showing off our toy. Well, you're showing off your tattoos. I'm showing off my toys. I love
We did this last week too.
We did.
Showed
Yeah,
off
we did
animal.
Muppets.
Yes. Oh, but I will show off something. Hang on. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go get a toy.
Okay, yay. Oh God.
I have a monkey with a fez cap candle.
Oh, sweet. Nice. I have Phil the Shriner. There's Phil. Phil and I go back maybe 30 years or so, but
Oh my God.
yeah, that's Phil the Shriner. So
There you go. See, people, this is why you should watch us on YouTube and not on the audio podcast only, because you can't see the weird shit we do.
Yeah, then and not that you want to, but it is more entertaining
Well, if
nonetheless.
you want to see
Yeah.
Kip's collection of toys,
Definitely subscribe to us on YouTube. I do think the visuals are fun, and when we do our long form interviews, I really appreciate being able to see the faces of the people we're talking to. So yeah, you can find us at Progress Portland on the YouTubes. Okay, I'll start kvetching. There's so much to fetch about. We can continue the whole conversation about the disaster that the homeless policies continue to be and keep getting worse. K2 did an expose on urban alchemy, which I didn't realize this, but they are the largest houseless provider in Portland.
Yep.
The company that came in basically with no bid 2 years ago or 3 years ago gets the biggest chunk of money, and over 22 of their employees, or I thought it was maybe it's 12. I forgot the number, but whole bunch of them are doing a whole bunch of illegal shit and with no accountability or oversight, really.
85 complaints.
85 complaints.
And it took this long. You know, Street Roots had done a 2-part article. Jeremiah Hayden had written about urban alchemy way back when.
Yeah.
And that was when they were supposed to only have a $50 million contract set up. But I think now it's been bumped up to $90 million, if I'm remembering what I read, aside from the most recent things about folks being fired and whatnot for abuse and drug solicitation, drug dealing.
Drug dealing, solicitation. One guy has multiple felony charges, beating
assault.
up, assault. Yeah.
Well, you know, in California, there was
none of this is new. Yeah, none of it's new. This has been their legacy, and somehow we still hand them over tens of millions of dollars. Meanwhile, I guess it came out today that up to 950 beds are going to close, including pods.
Yes.
And I was just reading that article before this, and this is where the main kvetch ought to be, is they're going to shut down some shelters and then evict other people to move people into a combined shelter.
Yes.
But that still means that 90 people living in RVs are going to lose their place to live to make room for pods that are. What the fuck is going on?
Yep.
I mean, this is incoherent. And I hate to say it, it mirrors the incoherency in the federal administration. just like, "Let's just do this shit. Let's do that shit." All of it's a disaster. There's no accountability, and it all fails.
Well, I don't know if you remember, but I'm trying to find it in my old Twitter feed of all places, which I haven't opened in a long time. When Urban Alchemy came here, there was an article. I can't find it. I'm just trying to make sure I know exactly where it is.
Come here, Walden.
I hear Walden.
Yeah,
Uh
he wants to go outside.
I think it was in California at one of their shelters. They found a stillborn baby in a porta potty. Why
For
was that not outrageous enough?
Yeah, I mean, in one of the ones in, one of their sites in San Francisco, I think it was, one of the managers was soliciting the people who were living there,
Yes.
wanting to be their pimp. It's just like, how do you give people when we have so many organizations locally that do great work, how do you give outside people with bad reputations so much money and have little to nothing to show for it, and you still have to do austerity measures? So
Mhm.
we the tens of millions of dollars mentioned in the Oregonian article, I think it was. They didn't say exactly how many millions of dollars, which I'm like, if you say tens, just give us a fucking number. But all that money that could have been to actual housing rather than temporary solutions and not going to outside unaccountable agencies.
Well,
Plus,
and yes.
yeah, I don't.
Here's the thing is that, and this was something I had tweeted. I did find my tweets. Under city code 15.08.020, the city has the authority during a state of emergency, which we've had a
Mhm.
housing crisis emergency. The mayor could establish rent controls and provide temporary or
Yes.
permanent housing by purchase, lease, or otherwise, and to enter into arrangements necessary to prepare or equip the living units for occupancy. And ORS 401.185 provides temporary housing during an emergency. The governor, if they declare a state of emergency, or the president of the United States declares a state, they can also do similar things. We decided instead to throw money because somebody came here and sold us snake oil.
Let's talk about that because I've unpacked this previously
Mhm.
in the podcast a couple years ago. That state of emergency, and by the way, Portland's anarchist attorney to our dear listeners who understands this shit, thankfully. That state of emergency allows us to do a lot of things. And the things that did not happen back in 2017 when it was announced was
I just
uh,
hear meowing.
he's gonna keep doing that. Would you come here? I'm trying to talk.
Oh,
He's
that
gonna
was
get
loud.
louder. Come sit next to me. Come here. He's just sitting in the doorway. Yeah, I love you too. He's slow blinking at me. He's like, I
Yeah.
love you. Take me outside. So, Wheeler's new in office, Udaley's new in office, ran on the rent is too damn high on rent control,
Mhm.
and within the first 2 months capitulated on rent control because it goes against the state ordinance at the time, which was true, we already knew that, so I was like, "Why aren't we gonna do it anyway? Let's have the fucking fight." No, 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 we'll just do reload. I'm like, okay, what kind of data checks are going to put in reload, make sure there's process behind it. Oh no, they just have to do it. Bonker shit, right? But also in those first few months, I learned that not only are we not going to staff the landlord tenant office that was created out of that, not only are we not going to fight for rent control, but there's at least 8,000 zombie homes across
Mhm.
Portland that are no man's land of ownership that the city could just use eminent domain and take over. They've done this with, in the last year, I think they did 11 homes. Meanwhile, nothing intrinsically has changed in nearly 10 years. So
No, and I would imagine the process to try and get zombie homes or find the owner of like get them to respond is a pain in the ass because you can't even get people to pay a parking ticket. Could you imagine trying to give them notice about
these were zombie homes because they were reported as nuisance homes.
Mhm.
And if nobody acts on it in a particular amount of time and you have this emergency ordinance, you have a pathway to do something about it. And guess what?
Didn't take it.
gutless, spineless, nothing happened, and no
'Cause
one
they're
championed
always
it.
afraid they're gonna get sued.
Yeah, well, the city gets sued all the fucking time. Let's get sued for good reason for a change,
No,
rather
we'll just
than
have
because
John
somebody
DiLorenzo sue to get rid of all the homeless,
yeah,
who I think charges $900 an hour to be a pain in the ass.
yeah, yeah, well, don't see him suing the, Starlight Parade when people camp out on the sidewalk the night before,
No, that's okay. He's
yeah,
okay. Only
yeah.
certain types of camping is okay.
Oh, only certain people who block the sidewalk are actually inconveniencing people, not other anyway. No fucking
Well, today is Tuesday where we were doing this. I wanna say I was watching some of the work session this morning, and it was
okay,
talking about the budget and specifically the line about helping our homeless neighbors in the city, and I was watching Skylar Brockner Knapp basically not answer any of the questions directly,
yeah,
talk about how, yes, we're gonna have the same conversation every year. Where is this one-time funding coming from? And if we don't get the one-time funding, we will have to shut down all these beds and shelters. And then what are we going to do about the Oasis treatment center that we opened up by Greyhound? And what are we going to do about this, that,
right.
and the other thing? And she admitted, yes, we will have this talk over and over again because we keep doing the same shit. Nothing changes. Homelessness has gotten worse. Close down the RV. And then we're going to have possibly more RVs on the street. So all we keep doing is displacing people and sweeping them around. The mayor can call it a removal. He can call it an eviction. He can call it a migration. I don't give a fuck what he calls it. It's the same thing over and over and over again.
It is, and leaving it off worse than when he started.
Yes, so he's kind of like JD Vance. Everything he touches turns to shit. Too bad they don't, can he touch himself and die?
Well,
That sounded dirty.
that now it's worse. Now it's worse. Metaphorically touch oneself and become deceased.
I'm
I
going to play the divine. No, we can't. We have copyright issues. I was going to say, I was going to play the Divinal song. Can't do
I
that.
mean, she might go for it.
Maybe.
Yeah. I can we have some competency? I saw Angelita do some great posts lately about how if people can be absolutely belligerent, she can call certain people bootlickers.
Yep.
Yay, go for let's support that. She said that she loves the Blazers. Great. She's a city councilor. She has responsibilities to the city.
Yep.
So she's gonna call out the fucking billionaires and this stupid fucking shit. And Portland
Also,
Parks was posted on the skateboard park down by the
yes,
Steel Bridge, which that's awesome. Nobody lives near the fucking Steel Bridge except for mostly unhoused people. And guess what? They evicted a whole bunch of them to start that 3 years ago
something
or
like
or
that.
whatever it was. Yeah. Anyway, you were gonna say, guess what? Go for it.
Oh, and well, actually, with the Steel Bridge, do you remember there was some pushback on that? Old Town Community Association, Jessie Burke didn't want it at first because
Mm.
she didn't want those damn kids skating around. But then she realized, oh, gets rid of homeless? Sure, put it in.
The enemy of my enemy is my buddy. Something like that. I forget how that goes, but, yeah.
Oh, what I was going to say is here we are with the austerity budget. Here we are with the same bullshit, a bigger deficit every year. Meanwhile, New York City got out of their deficit because look at
Holy
what that mayor has been up to.
holy fucking shit. Closing nothing, refunding programs that have been gutted, and put a second home tax on homes worth more than $5,000,000.
And went after some of the scuzzy landlords and won that lawsuit and got the
Yeah,
settlement money, which he's putting right back into the city.
yeah. Go figure. Wow, gee. The audacity of somebody doing what they said that they were gonna do for the good of the people in the city that he's mayoring over.
This is what happens when you get a mayor who won't necessarily capitulate.
Yeah, integrity. This isn't rocket surgery. I keep saying that. I know people get tired of hearing it, but it's not rocket surgery. It's calling shit out, making things transparent, and getting people to do honest work rather than obfuscating the garbage that's already out there because I don't know. I don't have an answer for it. None of the people in the business world are happy about anything.
Mhm.
So whom are we capitulating to? The developers are like, "We're not gonna build." So, okay, then you're not capitulating to who are we capitulating to? And what difference is it gonna make for all the things that you argued you're going to fix? Clearly, homelessness is not solved, and 1,500 shelter beds were not open, not that that solves anything in the first place. Meanwhile, it's getting exponentially worse. I'll give a great example. The farm stand that I absolutely love, Larry Thompson, Thompson Farms down in Damascus, it's worth the drive. He donates a lot of his extra food to his church and folks that need in the area. Strawberries are in already, 3.5 weeks early. It's gonna be a hot fucking summer. It was a mild winter. They're talking about the worst El Nino ever on record. And guess what's gonna happen if all these people have no place to go?
Yep.
Same thing that's happened previously. We're gonna have dozens of deaths. And that is all gonna be on the people who said, "We're gonna do something about this."
And we're gonna have an algae bloom in the river as usual, so we're not gonna be able to have people who can just even just cool off down by the water.
Yeah, you should never go into the Willamette period
Well,
even if
no, I mean, I do some of the environmental stuff. You will come out with a third eye and a tail. Just please,
yeah,
like, the fact that people paddleboard on there or whatever, I'm always like, "Are you okay? You're not
yeah.
okay."
Columbia River slough, lot
No,
better. No? I thought they cleaned that I thought they cleaned a whole bunch of that up.
they may have, but,
Okay,
I
yeah.
mean, Kip,
Better
did
than the
you
Willamette.
would you swim in the Hudson now?
George Carlin had a routine about the fact that he never had a cold in his life because his kids, they swam in the East River.
I know I've been in the Hudson. I've definitely jumped in the ocean. I've
Oh, I've
definitely
been in
drank
the
it
New
out.
Jersey shore, but I gotta I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's why I have so many infections these days.
Yeah, and I definitely drank out of the water fountains in Prospect Park, so I'm pretty sure that's why I overall do not get a lot of colds.
Yeah, well, I got the opposite. It just destroyed my immune system, made me a sickly human being, and that was 40 years ago. Yeah, don't swim in the Willamette. You can
Mm.
do your witch paddle because that's actually kinda cool to see, but don't touch the water,
No, and if you fall in, please get out as soon as possible.
please. Yeah, that's a good plan.
Toxic Avenger shit might happen.
I was supposed to have a credit on Toxic Avenger
What?
because I was supposed to have a credit as a driver because I drove one of the makeup artists that was helping, I think Ed French did the special effects makeup for Toxic Avenger. Tom Lawton, I drove him into the city a few times
Oh my
and
god.
helped him practice. So the scene where they drive over somebody's head and it goes,
Yeah.
we practiced that with my car in front of my house. 'Cause he
What
had some dummy heads and
I
he
was gonna
needed
ask.
to yeah, not with a real person, so, thankfully, but, I did get to go to Troma Production Studio while they were editing the film, and when you walked in the door, it was like this seedy fucking building, go up a couple flights, open up the door, there's a dark hallway, and there's these barrels of glowing toxic waste that they made for it in the hallway, and right down the hallway is the person who's doing, like, film editing and sound coordination. Like, this is bonkers. It's a masterpiece. Yeah, it was a very cool experience.
How did you snag that?
Tom was an aspiring special effects makeup artist, so, and we lived outside of New York City, and he got some gigs, and I got to tag along with his, grandeur. He lives in Scotland now and has his own special effects makeup studio.
Very, very
So,
cool.
yeah, but, yeah, Toxic Avenger, I guess they're remaking it, which makes I'm like, "Why would you touch a masterpiece of"
Does it fit into today's political environmental climate? Am
God, I
I
hope so. That would be amazing if
like,
Topsy
here's what happens when you undo all these environmental
yeah,
protections.
Tom's good man. If you're a Mystery Science Theater 3000 person, you can see his credit on Robot Holocaust, which I think was in the 1st or 2nd season of Mystery Science Theater. 'Cause I it was such a bad movie, and it's such a hysterical movie, and I'm sitting there watching it for the first time, and then I saw they're doing the credits, and I see his name roll by. I'm like, "Oh, shit."
That's cool, though. That's
No, it
really,
is
really
cool.
cool.
No, no, no. He was like, "Man, that was a trip to work on." So, anyway.
So what else shall we complain about? Because I mean, my complaint was also Urban Alchemy,
Yeah,
some of the budget crisis. I am happy that we have Tiffany Koyama Lane and Halita Murillo, Mitch Green, Candace Avalos doing the right thing.
yeah.
But sometimes it just feels like they take so much heat.
Yeah.
And I mean, thank God they're willing to keep doing this, but it's like, can we just,
Well, so
I
I
don't know.
think I think that's a great thing to pursue and focus on, and maybe rather than kvetching, let's talk about how the way shit gets done is by electing good human beings. Every episode we gain another 10, 15 people, which is awesome. I really appreciate all the time and effort that you put into doing reels and whatever the hell else the kids these days like, along with their rock and roll and their CD records.
Twerking.
Um, Twerking. Jesus Christ. Um, and their rock and roll and their twerking, yeah, and their cell phones. Anyway, there's always gonna be the opportunity to do house parties, backyard parties, supporting people, giving $5, $10 when you can to help people get the matching funds, and just get the vote the fuck out this year. Well, the previous election was really, really challenging because there were 9 now the crows are screaming at me for peanuts. 900 people running for office was really confusing. Well, we survived it, right? It's not gonna be 900 people, it's gonna be 70. No, it's not even gonna be 70. It's gonna be a handful of people. We're gonna do ranked choice voting again. We learned how to do it. The world didn't fucking explode. We really have to support the people that really need to get reelected because the only other option is to go backwards. And we're making some progress, and we have to have people with integrity in office. And
That reminds me,
yes,
our ballots are due in a few days.
yes,
And we have some really phenomenal city councilors, good character, good integrity, fighting just to make this city a better place.
yes,
Left, right, whatever. They're just trying to make this a better place for
yes.
everybody, literally everybody. Do you want to complain about the people running for governor?
I Do we have to? They're all awful. We have no good options. But sure, let's go with Dudley Do Right or Dave Dudley. What's his name?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Who's running on the anti-trans platform? I don't remember his name. I don't really fucking
There's like
care.
6 people running for governor,
Yeah, yeah.
and none of them sound good, including the one who's already governor.
There was a whatchamacallit, a poll done recently, and the Democrats can't stand her. So, what does that portend for anyone? I've got nothing. I don't have any good answers for this, right?
No.
Because it's such an easy thing to do good when you have a blue majority across the board and somehow you still fuck it up. I mean, I
Yep.
didn't agree with everything Brown did, but she did some really good shit, right?
Yes.
I'll give her credit for that. I don't understand how Kotek fucked this up. She's alienated everyone. The teachers, SEIU, the environmentalists, the development community. Nobody likes her.
Education.
Educate that, yeah, and OEA, right?
Yeah.
Who are the alternatives? Drazen? Holy fucking shit. I mean, we're gonna go back to dude, come on.
Okay, there's like over 20 people trying to get a little seat for this primary election, Democrat, Republican, Independent. This is a hot mess.
Yeah, well, it'll be entertaining.
It
I
will
mean,
be. But none of the Democrats are anyone who's viable, honestly. None of the
yeah,
independents. So I'm nonpartisan, so I don't get all this stuff. I always have to look it up. Republican side is just terrible because you have that guy Ed Dial,
Mm,
Christine Drazen,
yeah.
and Dave Medina, the right wing podcast jerk.
Oh, I haven't even looked. I should have looked at my voters pamphlet by now.
Yeah, no,
But
Medina's terrible. He's the one. He also has an anti-trans, anti-women, anti-everything. I think maybe he only likes couches like Vans. I don't fucking know. It's hard to know what that man likes. He hates Antifa.
you know who's not running? And I'm almost sad about it because at least she was entertaining as fuck. Betsy Johnson, who said that she owns that little helicopter company and said, "Yeah, I fly over Portland all the time and it's a shithole." And they're like, you have to win. Like your intention is to win. And she's belligerent but she swears at least. I saw her at the Scappoose Farmers Market, um, talking on the phone, almost yelling. She was sitting at a desk and yelling like something like, "Yeah, no, that's not what I said. That's not how this works. Do you think that's how this works?" Somebody just yelling. And my partner at the time, I'm like, "Can I go talk to her? Can I just say hi?" And she's like, "Please don't. Please don't go talk to her." I'm like, "Okay." Which was the right thing, but this close, like, "Betsy, everybody here can hear you."
She doesn't care.
She doesn't care. No.
Now, is it Pamela Fitzsimmons? She worked for Betsy Johnson, right?
Yeah, she did, and then she got fired for her racist shit, right?
Sad. What is she up to now? Running us,
Trolling
trolling.
you?
Trolling you actually.
Will be. I don't think
PSEP.
I don't think she's mentioned my name yet, but
Not yet. Let's
now
get that.
she's
Let's
gonna.
get you on there. Let's get her on her. Let's get you mentioned in her Substack. Today's the day. I'll make it happen.
Alright, let's make that happen. I think that's a perfect note to close on is, like, everything's on fire. Kat has a new touch-up work and,
Okay.
a Fez monkey candle.
Everything's fine. We have a monkey with a fez cap.
Everything is literally fine. This is literally, this is fine.
See? It's
Yeah.
all good. It's
So,
all good. All you need is a monkey, a dog, a cat that yells at you.
yeah,
I also
yeah.
have a Travelocity gnome.
Oh, cool. We'll have to bring that out next time. We'll do a gnome show.
Yeah, I swiped it when I was in Vail, Colorado one time.
Hope the statute of limitations has expired on that gnome napping.
And, for a very short time, I would take
gnome
trips.
liberation.
Yeah, for a very short time, I would take trips like in Amelie and just take the gnome and take pictures of him doing things.
Yeah. I have a friend who I won't mention their name, but who liberates gnomes and puts them out in forests and gardens and puts them in places that are better for them. So I love my world. I do. Let's end on that note that everything could be so much worse, but I love my world. And I appreciate the people in it, and I appreciate you. That sounds great. Thank you.
I'll
I'll
talk to you
talk
later.
to you later. Bye.
Progress Portland is also on Facebook and Instagram, and we have event listings and updates on our website, progressportland.org. There's a content form on our website if you'd like to help out or have questions or comments. Our theme music is by the Portland band Helvetia.